pushed.
Woohoo! It's Friday. Morning.
It is
Morning,
Friday.
everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Good morning.
Should we start with Hunter? Get Hunter out of the way?
Let's start with Hunter. Yeah.
Actually, let's start with Hunter, but let's first talk about my pillow. Because I just wanted to. I have an email. This is on an aspect of my pillow that we don't often talk about, but that is very, very important. This comes from Tammy Owen, who writes, "Chicks, you are not going to believe this. I wrote to you a couple of weeks ago about ordering sheets and towels for my daughter who's graduating from the Naval Academy. They hadn't arrived yet. I know my pillow was having supply chain issues, but it's been a month. I sent them an email yesterday evening to check the status of the order. I wasn't expecting a response until the next day because it was after hours. I received a response in less than 2 minutes. The customer service rep asked for the order number and shipping address, and after I gave it to him, he said they were sending a replacement order with expedited shipping immediately.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to pass along that in addition to kitten fur moccasins, their customer service is outstanding. Maybe it's because they knew that I used code chicks. And so I was treated like a VIP. Love you, ladies, from Tammy." That's awesome. I love that story.
That is fantastic. I love that too. It's always good to know that people actually still like customer service and believe in it. Oh, I don't know why I just did a ball thing. I'm sorry. I got balls in the mind this morning, but my pillow has nothing to do with balls, you guys. It has nothing to do with it. Sorry.
Well, I'll join you because why not? Why not?
It's Friday, you guys. It's Friday. It's Friday. Go get some My Pillow, you guys. Go get some My Pillow. What are you waiting for? Call
Especially because the towels are on special.
The towels, they're all absorbent technology. They're fantastic. Plus, they've got like dog beds. They got kitten fur slippers. Come on. Come on. Checks.
1-800-875-0513 or go to mypillow.com. Towels, a set of 6 towels. $39.99 right now if you use code CHICKS. So make sure to use that code. Make sure to call that number or go to that website and use code CHICKS. You will not regret it. You know what song I've been stuck on like for the past 2 days I can't get out of my head?
Tell me.
Do you remember the song? I don't know what it's called. So that's real helpful.
Okay, you're just going to sing it?
Yeah. So it's that one that goes, don't you worry, child. Heaven's got a plan for you. Remember?
Oh yeah, I feel like it's an EDM song.
Yeah, I think it is.
Like it is kind of an EDM song. Anybody know what it's called? It's like a is it like Tiesto or some crap, you know?
It's Swedish House Mafia. I know it's Swedish House Mafia.
I was close. It was one of those like EDM people. Yeah.
I love that song and I cannot stop singing it in my head.
Really? You really love that song?
Stop. Yeah, I've always liked it, and then for some reason, I've forgotten about it forever, and then I heard it on the radio like 2 or 3 days ago, and it will not leave my brainular area.
Yeah.
It won't.
Well, all right. Everybody now is going to be singing that song. It's now like an earworm. You're welcome, everybody. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen because we need to talk about Hunter Biden's art really fast. If you don't remember,
blow art.
It's blow art. And
you guys. What? It's a genre. It's a genre. It's blow art.
Right. It was addressed in Jen Psaki's presser yesterday. Psaki. The White House has taken it upon themselves to create an arrangement, if you will, for Hunter Biden's art sales. And so it's obviously a huge ethical concern because if somebody pays a bunch of money to buy Hunter's painting, then they could theoretically be buying access to Joe Biden, right? This is always the worry with Hunter. He's always trying to sell his dad and use his name, etc. So the White House created this deal that they thought was perfect, whereby Hunter would sell his art through galleries, and galleries would deal with all of the money and financials and the sales, and no one would ever know who was buying anything, and that somehow meant that there was more transparency. Anyway, that's how they spin it. So she was pushed back about that yesterday, and you need to hear this, and then we'll tell you the rest of the story. Listen to this.
Also, we now know that Hunter Biden is going to be able to meet with prospective buyers at 2 art shows where his paintings are going to be on display later this year. How does this square with the goal of keeping him in the dark about the buyers of his art as a means to prevent even the appearance of undue influence?
Well, this showing that was that you're referencing was previously public. He's not going to have any conversations related to the selling of art. That will be left to the gallerist, as was outlined in the agreement that we announced just a few weeks ago. We believe this is a reasonable system that has been established that allows for Hunter Biden to work in his profession within appropriate safeguards. So he's not going to discuss anything related to the selling of art. And I would reiterate that the gallerist will be the only person who handles transactions or conversations in that vein and will reject any offer that is out of the ordinary.
Wouldn't it be more transparent to just release the names of the buyers so that everyone would know who purchased this art and how much they paid?
Well, we won't know who the buyers are. Hunter Biden won't know who the buyers are. So I think the origin, I think, of this line of questioning, which is understandable, is about whether this would provide a situation for undue influence. But we won't know who they are. So there's no scenario where they could provide influence.
That doesn't make any sense.
On social media that they bought a painting?
Again, I think we have set up a system which we feel is appropriate.
How is that appropriate?
And how she didn't even answer that very basic question, which was, okay, he's going to he's going to this gallery to meet potential buyers, and he's not going to know who they are. How does that even work? Are they going to wear fake name tags?
Right.
I mean, what the hell?
Right.
This is such a lie.
I'm Mike Hunt.
Right.
Remember you see that in high school? They're going to have all like the weird names. It's like, hey, do that. Go say that name over the intercom. They're going to do all those. They're going to put those in their name tags, come in. I mean, give me a break. He's going to know.
That reporter was exactly right to say, who's going to stop somebody who bought the art from blasting it to the universe that they bought the art?
Right.
Who's going to stop them? And then everybody's going to know this is so dumb.
It is dumb. He knows. He's going to know who all these people are. They're going to know all these people are. She doesn't lie. Come on. Come on, man, is what this is. So dumb.
Can you even? I cannot.
I can. I mean, she's like, he just has to this is his profession. Oh my God. The dude is.
Don't you have to actually have sold something to be able to call it a profession?
Listen, I shouldn't make fun of blow artists. I shouldn't. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm sorry. He's a professional blow artist. I need to stop now. Sorry. Because he's had real jobs.
Dare you?
He's had real jobs in his life. It's fine. He's right.
Remember, when he was on the board of Burisma because of all of his qualifications,
right? So that guy's he's had jobs. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun. I'm just gonna stop. He's a blow artist.
Okay. This is a good time to let you know that 2 of our tailgaters, which means the group that gets together on YouTube before our show even starts. 2 of our tailgaters have gotten together. They met in Virginia Beach. CJ and Sherry from the tailgaters met for lunch yesterday, and they sent us this photo of their little meet and greet.
Look at them.
CJ and Sherry. So that is super fun. Love it when our outsiders or tailgaters get together and meet each other. It's just the coolest thing ever. And then I told you yesterday about Morgan and Patty getting together.
Yep.
They have created a special surprise.
I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait to see this. She's not let me see it, you guys. She went to
I wanted it to be a surprise.
Here. Okay.
Let me embiggen. I'm going to embiggen all the way.
Oh my God, you guys, it's professionally done. I can't.
You guys, they made us a rap song.
They made us a video.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cheers, Patty. So, I was thinking, what would you think about doing a rap for the chicks?
A rap?
Yeah.
The white girl rap?
Yes.
For the chicks?
I have a really good idea.
I cannot even imagine. What do you have in mind?
Well, imagine this. This is a story of about how two chicks on the right brought us together somehow.
We come from the east, we come from the west. We are brought together by these chicks.
They're the best. Patty G has traveled near and far to meet us in person in her messy car.
I drove through Chicago, home to Lightfoot, and found so much shit up with which I could not put.
So now she's in Florida. She's in love with it, y'all, because of DeSantis and his big giant balls. She pulled up to my house about 7 or 8, so we jumped on the Zoom call
And we stayed up real late.
We love how y'all talk some crazy politics.
And we always laugh at your big bag of dicks. All right.
When the weekends come, it really stings. We miss y'all so bad. We miss all the things.
Let's not forget we must mention Joe, also his son, and his love of the blow.
It's hard to deny that they're in bed with China. Look at Swalwell, all up in that vagina.
Is there anything else that you forgot?
Well, if I did, I blame the pot.
Keep it up, ladies.
Keep up the good fight. We are forever grateful
For our chicks on the right.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
That sounds like a lot of work.
I cannot.
Can you just even take it?
Oh my God. I cannot
know.
believe that they did that.
I know.
That totally looked like it was a lot of work.
I
That
know.
was epic.
I
epic.
cannot. I cannot.
You have to
They
send that
used
to me
all the
immediately.
words.
You have to send it to me immediately. I have to
I
put it
will.
on my Facebook
I will because
page
it's
and share
unlisted.
it.
I don't know if they plan to list it, but I'll send you the link immediately after we're done here.
Yes,
so that you
I
can
have to
have
share
it
it
forever
far
and
and
ever.
wide. That was the greatest. Thank you, ladies. Oh my God, so great, so great.
All right, back to news. We need to talk about the fact that Sunny Hostin of The View. By the way, we talked about the fact that Megan's leaving, right? I think it's at the end of
Yes,
this month.
we've talked about that. Yeah.
So there's all kinds of like apparent hullabaloo happening behind the scenes with Joy Behar really, really being nervous that whoever they replace Megan with is going to be worse than Megan. And that she's going to have a harder time with the new person than she even did with Megan.
When you say worse, you mean more of like a hard ass, or like?
Yeah.
Because I mean, who would do it? Like the only person that I think would be more of a get in there and jab him would be like a Tommy Lahren or something, you know?
Yeah,
and somebody
I haven't heard that name being thrown around in the mix. The thing is that in the article I read about it, they talked about Candace Owens, who will never do it because
She'll never do it.
She'll never do it. But
No.
then also Kimberly Guilfoyle, which would be hilarious because she is
Yeah.
also a lawyer, and so that would be something.
Yeah, she's a little bit more polite though.
I don't know. She can get all.
She can get.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
She can get scrappy. Yeah, she can get very scrappy. I mean, that actually would be.
I think it would be perfect.
Be pretty good. I don't know if she'd do it either though. Like who's willing to go into that snake pit at this point?
Yeah,
and be the
that's
one
question.
lone conservative. That's the thing, because they've seen what's happened. They pick these girls off, you know? It's like you go in there and they just wear you down for like a year. And then you're like, all right, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And that's basically what the job is. It's like, who's willing to do that? It's abuse is what it is. It's actual abuse. So, I mean, you and I we've said there's no way that there's no way I'd ever do anything like that. No way. You can pay
Not
me
that we'd
enough
ever
to
be
do it.
asked, but anyway.
not that we'd ever be asked. Exactly. We'd never be asked. But like in a different world, if we were ever asked, there's no way in hell I'd ever do that. Ever.
No. Because can you imagine just your entire job every single day is to fight with idiots?
Right. Somebody said, like Marsha said, how about Megyn Kelly? Megyn Kelly is above that. She's above it.
Yeah, I think she is too. She's above
too,
it.
She's too like high. I mean, too highbrow. I don't know. I don't even know how to. She's done better things than that show.
It would be a step down.
Right.
And Kaylee McEnany's already on Outnumbered. Like she's already got an official co-host job on that, so that's not going to work. When because I saw Kimberly Guilfoyle's name in the article, and I was like, oh wow, that would be an interesting thing.
Yeah,
you know?
they're running out of conservative women to abuse at this point.
What about Kim Klacik?
That would be okay. It would be an okay thing. Yeah, that's a good
I mean, what's she doing? You know?
That's right. That's a good one. It's a good one.
That could be something.
It could be something.
And it would definitely, I mean, that would bring her a lot of visibility.
Right.
You know?
I totally agree. Yeah.
Or I wonder if they'll just change their, because I suppose now when somebody leaves, it's the time to rebrand. Like, what if they decide they're going to have a dude? Maybe they include a dude in the mix. Although I just think that would be a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
This has obviously worked for them.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to put a woman in there. So it's just going to be interesting to see who they pick.
Oh, Kim, people are saying that Kim has a history with Joy already. Who doesn't at this point?
Yeah, no, exactly. Who doesn't have a history with Joy specifically and or Whoopi? Like, they're both
CJ's
awful.
like, Andrea Tanteros, we don't know where she is, you guys.
Oh my God. Mock and I had a thing on our radio show where it was like, we played the where in the world is Andrea Tanteros. Yeah. Because we were like, where is she? Does anybody know where she is? Like, because she's been missing since, I don't know, for like 3 years now. She's been missing. And
for real, like, I'm genuinely concerned.
Yeah, Mock is really concerned about her and her well-being. We don't know. So if anybody's heard from her, call us. We don't know where she is.
I mean, I'm saying it's been years since she's been active on social media. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the news about her. It's just weird.
We don't know.
So anyway, Sunny Hostin, I have a clip to play you from an idea that she has about how to stop bullying on Twitter, because I think she was reacting to some racially charged attacks that happened against Black British athletes after their Euro Cup loss. And so that was a thing. There was a thing with Idris Elba, who he wants social media sites to make people start proving their identities. And so Sunny Hostin wanted to talk about that. And I thought that her take was fascinating. Let me just bring it up and begin. Here we go.
Welcome back. After racist online attacks on Black athletes during the Euro Cup, after Idris Elba wants social media sites to make users prove their identity so they cannot troll people anonymously. Now, do you think this would work, Sunny?
I really do, and I think this is a terrific idea. I mean, I am subjected daily to racist attacks on social media. I'm talking daily, sometimes in the hundreds, sometimes in the thousands. And it's painful, it's hurtful, and it's always from someone who has a cat icon, a flag icon, a frog icon, all sorts, an eagle icon, and they are, I believe, just Twitter thugs, social media thugs hiding in their mama's basements. The things that they say to me, and I'm sure to many others on this panel, they would never say in person because they don't have the courage to do it. These are cowards. And, people are always talking about ID necessary for all sorts of things. Then ID certainly should be necessary, a verified ID before you start a social media account. Because the reason people are trolling like this is because there are little to no consequences because of their anonymity. And
So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, you know what? I got to tell you, those frogs are the worst, don't you think?
The frogs, man.
The frogs especially. And when they have a turtle. Oh, my God.
Don't
even get Mock started on the turtles, you guys. They have been the worst to her. Yeah,
but it is interesting that she's all gung-ho about ID for Twitter and not for actual voting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, liberals will jump on the bandwagon for this, right? It's kind of like, this whole, listen, I know we're probably going to get into COVID and everything, but when I saw the stuff this morning about Amy Klobuchar wanting to punish social media companies for misinformation about COVID. Like now they're getting into that. So it's like this giant pretzel that liberals, they get themselves into because, first it's like they like having control over social media, and social media likes being in bed because these guys are in bed with Democrats, right? Let's face it. They're in bed with the Democrats. They love it. And Zuckerberg and all these other yahoos, Dorsey, when he's not like, I don't know, on his mat drinking his own pee or whatever it is he does as some weirdo hippie. He's like,
when he's not waterworlding somewhere.
I don't know what he's like. That guy is like out there, but he's, they like being in bed with the Democrats, but now it's like Amy Klobuchar is going, hey, we get to decide what misinformation is, right? And so what we deem as misinformation, if we feel like there's something out there that we don't like, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to punish you, the social media companies. This is the legislation she's put forth. And it's like, it's all getting very interesting.
Oh, it's getting interesting. All right. Thank you, Nora. Thank you very much. And thank you, Lori. Appreciate those super stickers. Well, it's interesting that you're talking about that because I have a clip to play you from Bill Maher. I'm not sure when it was. I think it's pretty recent. But I have a clip to play you from Bill Maher who's talking about this because he is enraged about the fact that so much information about COVID being a potential lab leak issue was literally blocked by social media companies. And so, it's one of I swear to God, he's becoming more and more conservative all the time.
Yeah,
I don't think there's hope for him to completely, get red pilled, but he's making a lot more sense than he has in quite some time. Listen to his rage, because I get it.
Ask you about the media aspect of this because I find this outrageous. Facebook banned any post for 4 months about COVID coming from a lab. Of course, now even the Biden administration is looking into this. Right. Google, a Wall Street Journal reporter asked the head of Google's health division, notice that they don't do autofill searches for coronavirus lab leak the way they do it for any other question. And the guy said, well, we want to make sure the search isn't leading people down pathways that we would find to be not authoritative information. Well, you were wrong, Google and Facebook. Right. We don't know. The reason why we want you is because we're checking on this. He said, we want to ensure the first thing users see is information from the CDC, the WHO. That's who I'm checking on. The WHO has been very corrupt about a lot of shit, and the CDC's been wrong about a lot of shit. This is outrageous that I can't look this information up. And now they're doing it with this drug, ivermectin. They threw Brett Weinstein off YouTube, or almost. He's one strike away. YouTube should not be telling me what I can see about ivermectin. Ivermectin isn't a registered Republican. It's a drug. Well, I don't know if it works or not, and a lot of other doctors don't either.
I mean,
really
when Bill Maher says it.
Right. And the audience was like, oh my God, should we clap? Like, what? We're not supposed to like this, what he's saying. We're not supposed to, because we're supposed to like what the government wants us to like. And he's like saying something that's kind of anti-government right now. And oh my God. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I shouldn't like this. I'm not conditioned to like this. And it's parroting a lot of what Jon Stewart was saying, right?
Right.
On that, I think it was what Oliver is. I don't even know whose show was. Another
Colbert,
John,
I think.
The Colbert show. And you could tell that Colbert was really uncomfortable with it. And a lot of people in the audience were uncomfortable with it. They're uncomfortable with this, like anti-group think. Mm-hmm. I can't believe these guys are saying this stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's uncomfortable for me to see Bill Maher think like me.
Right, right.
What's happening? Yeah, this is so strange. Yeah, because it's individual thought. It's like free thought. We're out here going, wait a second, you're supposed to be able to think for yourself in a free America. And there's not been a lot of that over the past couple of years. And but good for Bill Maher,
He's like, he and Jon Stewart both, they're classic liberals who are not leftists. And so I think that's the main difference. Somebody else is mentioning Russell Brand. I put him in the same category. These are people who are classical liberals who are actually freaking out at how far radical left their own liberal group of folks is.
If you get down to brass tacks, like classical liberalism, by its very definition, is conservatism.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go kind of back. I mean, I wouldn't call Bill Maher a classic liberal because he's not exactly conservative, but he is like more.
But that's what he would call himself.
Right.
That's how they refer to themselves.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
So anyway, I thought that was super interesting. Speaking of COVID, I have another talk to show you of an interesting. This woman is, there's a lot of talk right now, especially at the federal level, of potentially doing mandates and all this nonsense. So there's a woman who's asking, how do I get it back? How do I get it back up there? Let me see. There we go. There's a woman who wants to go to a concert event, and they're requiring at this concert event either proof of vaccine or they're requiring a proof of a negative test within 72 hours of the event. And so she poses an interesting question. Listen to this.
So I'm going to Lollapalooza in Chicago in early August, and I either have to show a vaccination card to get in or take a COVID test within 72 hours prior of entering the park, proving that I'm negative. So the other day I decided to go get a COVID antibody test. I've been super healthy all year, breezed through this whole thing without a single symptom of anything. I actually tested positive, strong positive, for COVID antibodies, natural. So why can't I put that on a laminated card and walk around and prove that I have natural antibodies and not be treated like a prisoner? I don't understand why they're still forcing people who have natural antibodies to get this vaccine. It's insane. And don't tell me it's because they don't know how long the natural antibodies are going to last. They don't know how long the vaccine antibodies are going to last either.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a great point. Yeah. It's a really great point. Right. Yeah. And that's
true. The whole reason I went to get tested at the Kroger that one day, because I had COVID. So I thought, well, I wonder if I have antibodies, because if I do, then hell no, I'm not getting this vaccine. And then I tested with a very trace amount of antibodies. So for me, they didn't last long. Yeah. Because I only had a trace amount left. And that's ultimately, all the worlds collided. J&J was there that day. So I ended up just getting it. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people, and I'm sure Rand Paul is one of them. Rand Paul is one that's like, I recovered from this. I have antibodies. I don't need the vaccine. Right. There has to be a category for people like that who, and they're not even being discussed.
Yeah.
In the media.
And I would imagine, listen, I'm not a doctor, but I would imagine that every human body is different and does that differently, right? Like maybe I don't know, I'm just putting this out there, but maybe I have antibodies longer than somebody else or vice versa. I don't know. We don't know this. And it goes back to the whole, like what Bill Maher was saying and what we've said before on the show. They don't know. They don't freaking know, but they act like they do. They sure act like they do in a lot of cases. And then, you got Yahoo's like, freaking Amy Klobuchar out there saying we got to ban misinformation. You don't even know what information is the right information. How in the hell are you going to who are the people that are going to ban it? Right. Who are the people that are going to shut down and deem what is misinformation? Is that going to be you, Amy?
Because no.
Chihuahua lady? Yeah, no. Yeah, that's a scary
trembling weirdo.
Exactly. Right.
I have one more to show you. This is the one that I wanted to show yesterday. This is about critical race theory. There's been obviously a lot of talk about that. And for the people that think, oh, well, when Republicans are worried about it, they just don't know what they're talking about. They don't know the definition of critical race theory. Essential critical theory is using the lens, in this case of race, to view the world, right? And so this TikTok I'm about to show you is a perfect representation of how idiotic this entire idea is. You're gonna love this. Watch.
I have a problem. Well, I know what's causing it. How can you know the cause when I haven't even told you the problem yet? Because of my glasses. Whatever the issue, my glasses tell me the cause. It doesn't really matter what the specific problem is. For example, with these glasses, the cause will always be race. But wouldn't you want to objectively analyze the problem before concluding the root cause? It only matters what glasses I have on. I can put on my gender glasses and now all the causes of your problems are gender related. Doesn't that mean you might not be seeing the true cause of the problem? Oh, it's always whatever lens I'm using. Do you ever just take the glasses off? Oh gosh, no. I do, however, sometimes put them all on at once and call myself intersectionality. What do you see when you look through the glasses? It's always the same thing. I see a system of power and oppression caused by whatever glasses that I'm wearing. So you don't know for sure if you're seeing the truth. The glasses are the truth. They hold the answer to all the world's problems. And what answer is that? that we need to replace the old systems of power and depression with new systems of power and depression. Wouldn't that just recreate the same problem, just with a new cause? You? Of course, along with total destruction and annihilation of capitalism and Western culture. Where did you get those glasses? Well, let's see. It says made in China. I have a problem. Well, I know
I love it. That is fantastic.
Wasn't that perfect?
That was so perfect.
Love it, love it, love it.
I thought she was going to, instead of made in China, I thought it was going to say like made in like some sort of a university somewhere here in the United States. Because that
China was perfect.
China's so perfect, but it would have made sense. The university would have made sense too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, lots of really good political talks today that were related to so many things that we've been talking about lately.
Right. Anything else going on, Mock? Anything else? Nothing?
Oh, well, I was just going to mention that Alex Cooper from the Call Her Daddy podcast. You guys remember when we talked about that months and months ago? And then there was that big split between her and the other chick that used to do the podcast with her, and they got into a big fat fight, and it was super ugly with Barstool Sports and all of that.
We have talked about that, yes.
So she's been doing the podcast on her own ever since, and she signed, I don't know how long ago this was, it was probably within the last couple months. She has signed a $60 million deal with Spotify for 3 years.
For 3 years.
$20 million a year.
Yeah. And the reason is that, listen, good for her, because I'm a capitalist.
Right.
I think it's great that good for her. She's gonna make the money. And after this, like I was telling you before we got on this morning, that if I were her, I would just do it for 3 years and I'd retire. I'd go like get married, have babies, and just have a great, wonderful, fruitful life. That's what I would do. She probably won't, but I mean, that's what I would do.
That's how we think about things because of our age. She's like 22, so she's like, woo!
Yeah, she's probably like, I'm gonna go make lots more money. Woo! Yeah, but I mean, but she basically talks about sex. This is what she talks about, which is why we'll never make that kind of money. Yeah, because we don't talk about
a lot of people
sex.
are asking for the name of the critical theory video person on TikTok. The handle for her is JL Mock.
M-O-C-K?
Yeah, JLMOCK. And she does a lot of really, really fantastic videos. So definitely highly recommend following her. JL Mock.
Okay. Another thing I need to point out, this is just the last thing that we need to just quickly point out, is that J-Lo and Ben Affleck are now Instagram official.
Look at that.
Hold on, let me get rid of the little pop-up.
So now it's like legit.
He looks a little drunk, doesn't he?
He looks a little disheveled, I must say.
Little drunk. He looks a little drunk there. And she's just like holding on to him. But yeah, not that anybody cares, but you should care. Because it's what are we calling him?
You guys.
What are we calling him instead of Ben? Are we calling him Benlo this time?
Oh, I don't know.
We should just call him Blow. Let's just call him Blow. This time, right?
Blow. But that'll get really confusing with Hunter.
That's true.
That could get a little confusing.
Totally true. So yeah, so it's official. I guess they went to like that chick that has the Scientology, the one that dropped out of Scientology.
Leah Remini.
Right. She had a 52nd birthday party, and that's where they were. So they took that picture. There, because she and J-Lo apparently are like BFFs. Isn't that weird?
See that, you guys? Like, now you can go on with your lives.
Now you can go on with your weekend. Everybody can move along with your weekend because blow is the thing. Okay, everybody, bring it in. Bring it in, everybody! Oh my goodness, you guys have a great weekend. We will talk to you Monday.